If you've been waiting for the first big eShop sale of 2026, you're in luck. The Nintendo eShop is currently delivering bangers with a huge Square Enix and Capcom sale. You've got Final Fantasies, Resident Evils and Monster Hunters, so definitely go and check that out if you're interested. I'll stray away from them for the most part, as everyone will be aware of it, but yeah, go and have a look. There's some great deals on some huge games. But with that said, grab a brew and let's see what sort of damage we can do to our backlogs. Kicking things off, we've got Darkest Dungeon 2. This sequel doubles down on everything the series is known for, while restructuring the core experience into a roguelike road trip, but it definitely maintains that constant pressure it puts on you from decision making. You aren't just exploring a dungeon this time round, you're traversing a dying world to reach the mountain. The relationship system is the standout feature here, as your heroes will grow to love or loathe one another based on your decisions, directly impacting their effectiveness in the turn-based tactical combat. It's atmospheric, punishingly difficult, and it looks gorgeous. If you enjoy roguelikes that test your sanity or strategic patience, this is for you. And it's currently £10.54 or €12.08, and is 69% off until the 6th of March. And next up is arguably one of the greatest action horror games ever made, and it still holds up brilliantly, even in the light of the remaster. Resident Evil 4 is survival horror royalty. You play as fan favourite Leon Kennedy, sent to a remote Spanish village to rescue the president's daughter, only to find a cult controlled by mind-altering parasites. It's buttery smooth on the Switch, and the gameplay is impeccable. It's constantly pushing you forward, and has brilliant combat that's constantly forcing you to manage your ammo, position correctly, and crowd control rather than just spraying bullets. The mix of exploration and puzzle solving, along with the action, keeps things varied, and the enemy encounters scale smartly as the game progresses. Even after all of these years, the level design still feels brilliant, and at this price, it's just a great pickup. It's currently £7.99 or your local equivalent, and is 50% off until February the 26th in the UK and Europe, and February the 17th in North America. Now, slowing things down a bit, let's talk about Beacon Pines, a narrative adventure built around branching story paths in an unsettlingly cute storybook adventure. Literally. You play as Luca, a young deer exploring a town full of secrets and strange occurrences. The central mechanic is the turning point, where you use collected words called charms to change the course of the story. One choice might lead to a cozy afternoon, while another could lead to a sudden frosty demise. You'll find yourself jumping back and forth through the story's timeline to unlock the true ending. The art style is beautiful and the narrative is ace, but it's definitely not as cozy as it looks. The visuals are definitely a red herring. There is a dark Twin Peaks-esque mystery lurking beneath the surface. It's not the longest game, probably take you about 5 or 6 hours, but it's great fun, and is currently £5.39 or your regional equivalent, 70% off until February the 24th in the UK or Europe, and the 18th in North America. Beyond Good and Evil, the 20th Anniversary Edition brings a beloved adventure back with visual improvements and quality of life updates, and even after all of these years, the gameplay still hits. The exploration, stealth, light combat, and investigative photography all blend into a brilliant playthrough. You play as Jade, a photojournalist fighting back against a planetary invasion by the Domsey. This Anniversary Edition brings updated graphics, improved controls, and even some new content that bridges the gap between the long-awaited sequel. Honestly, are we actually getting that? It must have been about 10 years since that was announced now. It's obviously an older game, but the art style remains timeless. The world of Helice is teeming with life and characters, and the soundtrack is still one of the best out there. And even after all of these years, Jade still remains a compelling protagonist. And it's a game that really does still feel relevant in today's market. This one is a North American exclusive deal and is currently $9.99 US or $13.40 Canadian, and is on sale until February the 20th. And unfortunately, another North American exclusive is Dying Light, the Definitive Edition. This isn't even available on the European eShop, thanks to the German laws where it's banned. I know this one had its performance issues, but it was still a technical miracle they even got it on the console. It's arguably one of the best bang for your buck deals you will get. It's an open world exploration game with survival horror and parkour based traversal. The best part of this game is the climbing, vaulting and sprinting across the rooftops, and generally doing everything you can to avoid the hordes of zombies. It was one of the first games that truly nailed that day-night cycle and where you genuinely dread the nighttime coming. But besides the obviously downgraded visuals, the port is excellent, including gyro aiming and touchscreen support. The open world is dense with side content, upgrades and environmental storytelling, making it easy to lose at least 30 hours to. You can currently pick it up for $9.99 US or $13.99 Canadian, and this sale runs until February the 26th. For deck building fans out there, Cobalt Core is a sci-fi roguelike that deserves your attention. Unlike many games in the genre that focus on static combat, Cobalt Core introduces a movement mechanic where you must shift your ship left or right to avoid incoming fire. You control a crew of 3 anthropomorphic animals, each contributing their own unique cards to your deck. The writing is witty, and the soundtrack is a catchy lo-fi beat, with the game offering genuine tactical depth. It's quite surprising. The combat is turn-based and rewards positioning and card synergy over the brute force, and the art style is simple, clean, and expressive. And even more surprisingly, you can easily get 25-30 hours out of this, and if you enjoy these games, you'll love every second of it. And it's brilliant to see how the character relationships and dialogue evolve alongside the gameplay progression. Cobalt Core is currently £8.79, or the price shown on the screen, and is 50% off until February the 26th in the UK and Europe, and the 27th in North America. And now for a massively underrated franchise, and game in particular. Trine 2, The Complete Story, is for me the best of the franchise, and if you're a fan of puzzle platformers, this is a must-buy. You switch between 3 heroes, Amadeus the Wizard, Pontius the Knight, and Zoya the Thief, using their unique abilities to navigate a stunningly beautiful fantasy world. The physics-based puzzles are the star of the game, often allowing for multiple creative solutions. Whether you're conjuring boxes to reach high ledges or using a shield to reflect light, the gameplay is consistently engaging and just genuinely fun. I know the sequels have lost their way a bit, but this really is the gold standard of puzzle platforming. It's got great visuals, a playable co-op mode, and on the whole is a fun but relaxing and satisfying game. And when it's £3.05 or your regional equivalent, you really can't grumble. It's on the shorter side of about 10 hours, but again, for this price, bargain. It's currently 80% off until February the 16th in the UK and Europe, and the 19th in North America. Up next is Neurovoider, a twin-stick shooter with roguelike elements and a strong emphasis on build variety. It's loud, fast-paced, and will cost you less than a cup of coffee. Set in a futuristic world where brains in robot suits fight off hordes of machines, it features a heavy emphasis on customization. You can scavenge parts from falling enemies to upgrade your robot's weapons and abilities, leading to some truly chaotic builds. The game features a fantastic neon-drenched soundtrack, and it perfectly fits every aspect of the game. It supports up to 4 players in local co-op, turning the screen into a mess of explosions and laser fire, and at an 80% discount costing you just £2.59 or your country's equivalent. It's another bargain, and is on sale until February the 18th in the UK and Europe, and the 19th in North America. And let's clean things up with something unexpectedly relaxing. PowerWash Simulator turns a simple concept into a surprisingly compelling experience. For a game that tasks you with cleaning everything from dirty vans to entire theme parks using a high-pressure water hose, it's an absolute conundrum how entertaining it is. There's no timers or no real way to fail. You just slowly reveal the clean surfaces hidden beneath the layers of grime. And weirdly, the Switch version includes various free crossovers, including content from Tomb Raider and Final Fantasy VII, which lets you clean the iconic Croft Manor or 7th Heaven Bar. It sounds simple, but there's something incredibly addictive about it, especially seeing that 100% clean notification pop up. People will look at you like a mad person when you try and explain it to them, and it is hard to explain why it's so enjoyable. But it is, and that's enough. It's currently £9.99 or your local equivalent, and is 50% off until February the 11th in the UK and Europe, and the 12th in North America. Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends delivers exactly what the series is known for: massive battles against hundreds of enemies, beautiful ancient Chinese environments, and a staggering amount of costumes, stages, and weapons. You take control of legendary Chinese generals and single-handedly defeat thousands of enemy soldiers in massive open-field battles. This specific entry is widely considered one of the best in the franchise, and even in its downscaled version on the Switch, it still runs great and plays brilliantly. You've got some dodgy textures and a bit of pop-in, but the gameplay is as fun as ever, and you can arguably sink at least 100 hours into this. It's not the cheapest game, coming in at £20.99 or the price you can see on screen, but if you're a fan of the Muso games and haven't tried this yet, I'd pick it up, and it's currently 40% off until February the 24th in the UK and Europe, and the 25th in North America. And we've got a pretty massive jump now, taking a more stylish and stealthy turn. Serial Cleaners is a top-down puzzle game blending stealth and style into a unique clean-up focused experience. It puts you in the shoes of professional crime scene cleaners in 1990s New York. You play as 4 different characters, each with their own specific skills for disposing of bodies and mopping up blood without getting caught by police. The game features a gritty comic book art style and a fantastic jazzy soundtrack that oozes atmosphere. Each level becomes a puzzle of movement and timing. Sneaking around the guards and police and avoiding detection is oddly satisfying. As you progress, the levels open up a lot more and allow for different playstyles, and it's a bit more narrative heavy than you would expect. But exploring the lives and motivations of the cleaners is actually quite intriguing. You can look to get about 10 hours out of it, and it really is a satisfying game. It's currently just £5.99 or your local price, and is 70% off until February the 19th in the UK and Europe, and the 20th in North America. I had to put one Square Enix game in here, and it's probably not one that was expected, and that's why I did it. Fantasian Neo Dimension is a classic-style JRPG built with handcrafted diorama environments, and the visual presentation is brilliant. It's got a unique dimension system which allows you to skip random encounters and store them in a separate dimension to fight them all at once later on. It allows you to progress with the exploration as you wish, and then grind when you want to go back to it. With its tactical turn-based combat the genre is known for. It's a thoughtful, polished game with a slowly unfolding story that focuses on memory, identity, and exploring the world. It's not the cheapest game. It's currently on sale for £24.99 or the equivalent in your region. There's a significant amount of side content, and although the story will take you about 25 hours, you can easily spend up to 50 hours in this world. It's currently 50% off until February the 11th in the UK and Europe, and the 12th in North America. The penultimate game for you horror purists out there is Tormented Souls, a survival horror game inspired by the classic genre staples, and it's a game that really commits to atmosphere. The fixed camera angles, limited resources, and deliberate pacing, combined with them challenging environmental puzzles we've all grown to love. Kind of. You play as Caroline Walker, investigating the disappearance of twin girls in a terrifying mansion turned hospital. The game nails the dread and resource management of the 90s era, requiring you to carefully manage your ammunition and the items that allow you to save your progress. It's got a unique light mechanic where standing in the darkness for too long can be fatal. It's surprisingly scary and visually impressive for an indie title, and for £4.24 or your region's equivalent, it's a must-buy. It's currently 75% off until February the 22nd in the UK and Europe, and the 23rd in North America. And finally, we've got a gorgeous little puzzle game, aptly named Arranger, a role-puzzling adventure. Arranger tells a light-hearted but personal story about Gemma, a young woman searching for her place in the world. The narrative unfolds through charming character interactions and a playful, self-aware tone. The gameplay itself centers on a unique grid-based sliding world system, where moving your character shifts entire rows or columns of the environment.
combat, exploration and puzzles all use this same mechanic, creating constant forward momentum and problem solving. Rather than your typical RPG progression, Arranger focuses on spatial reasoning and creative solutions, delivering a tightly designed, accessible adventure that feels fresh, whimsical, and mechanically cohesive. The bulk of the game will take you about 7 hours to complete, and at £7.99 or your country's equivalent. It's a decent price. It's currently 50% off until February the 26th in the UK and Europe, and the 27th in North America. And that just about wraps things up for another week. Hopefully you managed to find something you like the look of, and if not, jump on over to the eShop and have a proper look. There are some absolute gems going. If you found it useful or just enjoy listening to someone talk a load of nonsense, feel free to like and subscribe and leave a comment below on what you've picked up or what you want to come on sale. Also, let me know what you thought about that recent Nintendo Direct. It was quite lukewarm for me, mainly because we already knew about so many of the games they talked about. But hopefully, with the Fallout 4 and Oblivion remaster hitting the console, there is still some hope for Fallout 3 and New Vegas, along with a Morrowind remaster. But I think I'm just being a little too hopeful. Anyways, thanks for watching, stay cozy, and yeah, I'll see you around.